What is up, guys? We're back with another ranked play video. As always, if you guys enjoy this, find it entertaining, informative, helpful, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more. In this game, I think we're champion like 30% or something along those lines. So we're in the final rank, but the final rank is, from what I've seen people say, typically the one that takes the longest. Like the percentage is just not great. Is we can go pleasant with this game. Didn't really know where I wanted to land because I kind of started the intro late. I expect Pleasant to be somewhat populated though, and I believe there's an Earthbender temple up there, and those have the Earthbender mythic. I think it will be quite good in zero build ranked because it's a seemingly unlimited cover item. Like, it's a cover item that regens over time, and also it destroys enemy cover very well, so you can like just grief people's cover, their bunkers, anything in game, and make the game a lot easier for yourself. And we get a DMR. Not a great off-spawn fighting weapon for a 50-50 like that. Warforged AR here. Flowberries. I would just like to sprint. I tried to shut this door behind me, but it didn't happen. I don't know what weapon he got because I didn't see it, and like I didn't hear him pick it up either, so I really don't know what it is. We have bunkers and EMP grenades. I think we'll do like this. Airbender mythic. I think that could be very good if your game is like, there's just so much going on that people don't have time to like beam the people using it. What a depressing weapon. 4x Nemesis AR with a 4x, or gold Nemesis AR with a 4x. No 4x, that would have been great. Don't know what happened to this player. The fact that I'm not dead yet kind of confuses me. Maybe they didn't know what I got either, so they were just like gave up the chase, but like there's no way I should be in this match still, I feel like. My loot is very bad still though, I think. Dude, I was like not looking at the game there. I think I EMP'd him twice. He's gone though. He's staying. Someone else is shooting at me with a DMR. I'm not really sure where they are. This is so bad for me, man. I don't know where this chest is. I'm hearing. I think it's outside. But like, I have no shotgun. I saw visual audio footsteps, so the player that DMR'd me is getting closer, I think. I think I want to just get this G-Wagon and leave and then try to loot some like shambles spot somewhere. I don't even know because like, how is my loot this bad, you know? I don't even know if it's worth having the pump. I'm so terrible with the pump now in zero build. Here we go. Is the worst possible RNG we could have this match. I want to just leave. He might grief my car though. But I think there's still another player in this POI. I don't know why this player is still here, by the way. I know there's minis there, but like the struggle is real right now, you know? That's... Dude, the struggle has never been more real. I just wanted to break the barrel. I don't know why that red player is still sticking around here. Like, I don't think that's... good decision from him at all. Might not be looted. I'm thinking it's not because Flowberry Fizz is a somewhat high value item. Ammo next to the guns and stuff. I'm not too excited to be fighting here. Because I don't know what's been happening on this side of the map for the entirety of this match. He had so many bunkers. But like, so we got the EMP, so we're able to end that fight quickly, luckily. But like, I don't want to be having like just an elongated fight here because I don't know, you know, if there's been fights going on over there and that there's clearly somebody gonna be somebody on that hill. I don't know why that player was so intent on pushing that fight. I'm not sure if he had ever done anything to me. But he was just like super eager to like stick around and like DMR at me and then like chase me across the map. I'm not really sure. And like when he was sitting on that hill there, I feel like the same thing is true that I was just describing where I'm like, I don't want to be there because I don't know what has been happening on that side of the map, you know? When I was saying like I don't want to be like on this roof and then just have somebody on that mountain coming behind me. I feel like the same thing is true for when he was sitting on that mountain like trying to DMR at me for like a prolonged period of time. If anybody came through that area, he's just probably a free kill. That person gets the radio tower for free. I saw them fighting it, but what am I supposed to do? I have no sight or anything, you know? There might be a fight still happening, but again, I don't feel like I'm relevant to this range. I do have more EMPs, alright, yeah. Gotta be careful. I feel like they changed it to where when a car gets EMP'd, it just doesn't work anymore. So I don't want to EMP my own car. It's like, that's bad. I would almost rather have just not even EMP'd him so he could just go on with his day. Like, if I don't hit him out of it. Like, I didn't hit his shield at all. But it used to be when a car got EMP'd, it would, like, start working again. But, I don't know. To me, it seems like now it just never starts working. Like, I was gonna drive down here and then check that car I EMP'd earlier and see if it, like, is even regained yet. Hey, maybe his car regained. Doesn't have the electricity on it anymore. I don't know where they are, though. I can get some dashes here. I really don't know what I want to do with myself. This area was looted. More EMPs, though. Fortnite just wants me to have them this game. My car doesn't have the most gas. Also, I think I have Blowberry Fizz as my heal, which is like kind of nice with the EMP because I can like Fizz and then like get a high jump and EMP down on people if needed. All right, I want to get to this side of zone. I feel like that's going to be dead side. I don't know what to do, man. I would like to put attachments on my gun. I feel like of all the bunkers in the game, this one is like often the least contested. Probably just jinxed it. But yeah, I feel like this one is rarely like hard conned. I don't know if this car spawns here naturally or what. That's basically full gas, so it probably does. But I've said this many times, but like my enjoyment of the Warforged JR when it has a sight on it is just night and day different than when it doesn't. Okay, I was like somewhat sure there was nobody here because, like I said, this one is like rarely contested, but also like the chest outside made me think it would be free. Like the chest outside not being looted. You can never be too sure though. I want to get out of here as fast as possible. I feel like any amount of time I'm in here is too long. Alright, we're chilling. Do llamas drop shockwaves this season? Hopefully nobody's camping this. I'd rather have the shocks, I think. And I think I'd rather have bigs than the fizz, but it could really go either way. The fizz is quite good. It's like, there's situations where I think the bigs are better, and there's situations where I think the fizz is better. We don't know what we're gonna get into. I might just take the fizz. I just don't like how long it takes to start healing sometimes. Like the animation of it feels like it takes an hour to me, but in game especially, like fizz shock rotate could be like very valuable. Also, if you watch all these videos, the game prior to this one I got second in, and if I had fizz instead of bigs there, we would have had a much easier time, I think. But it's not really that good to have your decision making influenced by things like that. It's just like always a somewhat difficult decision I feel like between fizz and big pots, because I don't think there's a clear choice. This player is here peeking hard. I don't like that amount of damage to just push. Fills a pub, yeah. Hopefully he leaves me be. This is what I don't understand with people. This fight I feel like stinks for both of us. Like I just don't want to be here. I feel like we're very likely to get third partied. Both of us are like pretty exposed, only focusing on each other. If I hit like another shot or two, I might have just dashed on him and fought, but I just didn't think I could win that fight without taking much damage. With the amount of damage I did to him, I didn't think it was like a clear win anyways, because I only have a green gatekeeper. And most people in this game should be solid. But even with like 80 damage to start, I feel like I definitely win the fight at that point. But look at where we are. We're like in the underworld biome, out in the open, exposed. Like I just feel like it's a very decent chance I just get beamed. I know there was a purple AR there too. I just don't. I don't know. I didn't see the attachment. I want drum, but at the same time, I don't want to fight somebody that's just hiding in that bunker, and I don't want to get third partied while I'm in that bunker. And I had already seen, like, I was going to go back for the purple AR and see what the attachments were, but I saw somebody over there. And again, this is just an area where, like, I don't think fighting is ideal. I think there might be somebody down there. The bottom chests have been opened. We're about to be no gas, so I'll get this car. Yeah, with Island being there and with that medallion player being there, I don't know. I just felt like there's definitely going to be more people coming through this area. So if I fight for that bunker, we probably get third partied. People have been here. Let's chill here for now. It's 12 seconds on zone. Someone's gliding over me. We land over there. That mountain would maybe be good to be, but I feel like it gets focused too much. I feel like a lot of people are going to want to be there, and right now Island has a good line of sight on it. And Island is going to be relevant in this zone for a while. So I would like to play in a spot where Island is not relevant. And so that's going to be like the top half over here, and then like maybe like over here near that bunker kind of. Fighting going on over here. The chicken I thought was someone crouching for a second, man. Don't hear any more shots, and I never saw anything in the kill feed, so I don't know what happened there. It might have just been somebody checking bushes. But I want to like get in position to third party that fight, even if I don't actually third party it, because I was gonna move anyways. And even if they don't fight it out, and then like I can just like get on it and then get the final kill and then get all that loot, it's possible that like one player hits another and then the other one just tries to like shockwave away while weak or something, and then we can maybe like set up to get the kill. Doesn't happen though. Somebody here. I don't know where he went. Oh, he dropped down. He's in the dash water. Low on gas. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna chill here and see if anyone tries to like rotate edge zone. That superhero skin that I just saw may have saw me. And we don't get the kill. Zone is not lethal. It's 2 damage at this point, so it's still like possible people are late rotating in zone. Yeah, right there. Again, not enough damage to really do anything with, I don't think. This guy's late coming out of storm. There's still that core over there somewhere, I think, that has a sniper, yeah. We shock on this. That's tragic, man. That should be a kill. Did I get blocked by a tree? My gosh. That is like my recent Fortnite experience, like just summarized. It's every time I try to do anything, milliseconds off. Or like, you know, the smallest margins allow people to escape. Nice. Want to reload. Also, that Korra I made weak earlier died to fall damage, and I got the kill for it, I think, or something. I don't know. I got a random kill to fall damage during all that. Where's the zone? Happy I took the Flowberry Fizz now. Rip. I'm surprised at how often snipers are still used in this. I just seen somebody down there. I don't know what happened to them though. I was just like concerned about myself. I could heal a bit, but I kind of want to save it in case I need another like flow shock. I have 1 shock, 15 flowberry fizz. I think I need to just be relatively not involved in anything for the next few like zones or something. I say that as I try to beam somebody. I have utilities, just no, like I have bunkers, but no shocks really. I want to shut that door. Somebody bunkered over there. Nope, I don't want that open. But yeah, I could maybe like flow shock into this zone. That's why I wanted to save it. We have 2 more dashes. I wish that guy would just leave because these people down under me sound like they're about to fight. I don't know if 1 flow shock is enough to get me where I need to be. But let's hope it is. We're top 10 now. And my air aim is so trash right now. Did I take fall from that? That's tragic. Oh no. You guys, a sniper. Use this. I don't even know if I want to use this last remaining bet. I feel like I just gotta like play to get a lucky refresh or something here. We're so weak. The fact that I took fall damage from jumping off as I was trying to fizz is just unlucky timing. I should have fizzed a little bit sooner. Just be a rodent and then maybe look for an easy kill or 2 on our way out. But I think it's going to be like pretty impossible for me to win this game. Even if I do get a kill, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much with that loot. This is where I was saying the air mythic can maybe be good. He probably just saw me peek. I do not know this area well at all, by the way. I don't know if this like loops out like I need it to. Got ahead of zone. I have no more dashes. I'm dead. I do not think I will be in this game much longer. I probably shouldn't have fought that guy. Yeah, GG's. I'm dead anyway, so if I stay there, so it's like whatever. I just shouldn't have gone on that guy. He played his dash as well. I thought he was going to be weaker than he was. I just wanted to be able to get some of that loot because I just like I just talked about before we rotated, I can maybe get a kill or 2 on the road on my exit from the game, but I just didn't think there was like any chance I would be able to really make anything happen there. And you saw how weak that player using the airbender mythic was. That's what I was saying. Like end game, it could be like somewhat decent in situations like that where everyone's just kind of incentivized to not fight. But got pretty unlucky getting sniped at one point when I was like rotating in. And then also that fall damage wasn't great either. But still like an okay-ish game. I do not understand what this Myth of Destiny person was doing though. Like he was trying his absolute hardest at the start of the game to just like grief both of us. But that was an okay match. Now for the next game of the video, I don't really know where I want to land. Maybe classy. Kind of late, kind of off. I'm also just terrible at drops like that though, I'm not gonna lie. Like far drops, it's like there might be a few people still, and I'm not as good at like stretch dropping as others, I think. Like usually my drop isn't as good when the POI is like that, like not directly in center. But we will see. Let's go. I don't know what kind of temple is over here. I think an air temple, so I'm not that concerned about it. We were lucky last game to get a lot of bunkers from that player I eliminated by EMPing their car. But if I don't get bunkers, I'm very happy to have the Earthbender mythic. My drop is not something I'm very happy with, and there's several people landing here. I've talked about this several times with like this POI. I just don't want to land directly on somebody, because I feel like if we land directly on them and fight like the moment we land, we just get like chain third-partied at this house. Guy's a gatekeeper and I have a pump. Full shield, but my flowberry effect is gone. The other player shocked to somewhere. More EMPs. Nice. Oh my gosh. Dude, my game felt so laggy there. Also, hold to swap pickup would have been so clutch for that gatekeeper, because I like got the gatekeeper and then had to like swap to it. Or like swap my inventory around because the pump was already in slot 1. Somebody else here, I think. Dang it. I was hoping to find a fishing spot to EMP. I like heard them swimming. Because when you EMP a fishing spot, you do get fish from it, and that would be so clutch for me right now. I'm so weak. I think that's my only choice though. This is like so bad, I don't enjoy this at all. I think I just swim here, EMP these fishing spots, and then hope to regain that way, but I have one shock and no other utility. The most stressful time I've had playing Fortnite, I think. I feel so exposed here. Oh, dude, what the? Okay. I think I maybe loot this stuff, that little shack, and then go for this house to my right where it's a supply NPC that spawns over there. Hoping that hasn't been looted. But I feel like it almost certainly has to have been looted. Very, 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 very fortunate. But I just got bunkers from that. NPC hasn't been hired. That is a good sign for me. Because you would think if someone's landing here, they're landing here in part to like get this NPC. Not always so. You still gotta just play it like there's somebody hiding here. Definitely is. There's footsteps. That's bad. And so now I'm at a point where it's like, is this worth fighting over to me? Or for me? We know a guy's ratting in this house. Probably not the best player if he's just ratting in this house, but you never know. The higher ranks. And I have like okay-ish loot now. Like not the greatest by any means, but like I do have bunkers. I have one shockwave. We got full health. Got some shield fish. What is that purple thing there? Get those and leave. I would have been down to fight him if I got like decent timing, but he knows that spot probably much better than I do. I don't know that location well, so I don't want to fight someone that's landing there when I have something to lose. If I had only got, like, let's say I only got heals, like I got back to full health, but I didn't get any bunkers or those extra shockwaves, then I maybe would have been more inclined to fight that guy because like I need more loot. But now I'm at the point where like I feel like my loot is fine. It's not great, but like we got bunkers, we got some shocks, got heals. So I would rather just like continue to play this game out. I'm pretty certain there was a G-Wagon at Classy earlier. And I'm thinking that that's that G-Wagon that was parked there. Dang, I did not want to do that. I was gonna say, like, since that G-Wagon left, I assume the player that was at Classy earlier waiting to third party me also left. And that when that car was driving, I was gonna come to Classy. That way, if he chooses to chase me and fight me, I'm fighting like in a spot that I think is isolated rather than like fighting over here, you know? But doesn't happen. And then we just had a visual audio on a player using the Airbender Mythic. I do not see them though. And then same thing, I drove up to this hill in hopes that they would like kind of Airbender Mythic into me and we could just beam them and then get like a somewhat easy kill before the fight even starts. I don't know where they went. I don't like this very much. I want attachments. I'm not good with the third person AR. None of the bunkers in zone are that appealing. It's only like this one. So I think I'm gonna try to go to this one and maybe get it for free. We'll see though, it might be rough. But I think if I don't get a red dot AR, I'm just gonna be playing to like wait until end game the entire match. Huge. Bigger. Yeah, that was just huge difference there. Going from a green gatekeeper to a gold one. And more shocks. Unfortunately, we didn't get more bunkers. Now we just got to get out of here. I think I said it in the last game, but I just want to spend as little time at these as possible. Even though I got it for free here with it being on the edge of the zone, that doesn't mean there's nobody else thinking the same thing I was thinking. They're just a little delayed. EMPs were also nice to have outside because, like, I want to waste those EMPs anyways. Let's see what this guy does. I don't like this. I was hoping... I wanted to waste those EMPs anyways. I don't want to just leave them out from the bunker when I go down in there like that. But also, like, it kind of allows me to check if anybody went in before me. And the way I threw them, it's not like it'd be 100% coverage if anybody was in there at all. But, like, the likely spots people would be playing if they just went into a bunker and heard a car pulling up is what I was able to, like, check with the EMPs. I thought there was a player in the driver's seat. Who put a dirt bike in the middle of the road? Fight went down there. Somebody fizzing here. Or is it just bugged? What the heck? That's weird. I think that guy just got sniped for trying to water me. Oh, he's dead. That's like what I'm talking about all the time, where I'm saying that, like, just sitting out in the open and shooting at me when people do that when I'm in the car is, like, not even that beneficial for them because, like, they didn't have anything, they didn't have damage or anything to start that fight with, you know? There's, like, no reason for them to be that attached to that kill. And that guy that was just using the water bender on me across the map got killed. Like, pretty soon after, too. Like, it's not that important to be that attached to, like, one person that you've done nothing to yet, you know? I could see if I was weak and running from him, I totally understand at that point, but, like, just looking for random, like, engages on people that aren't going anywhere, it's like, the likelihood of it going like, in his favor is, like, less than 10%, I want to say. Maybe less than 5%. Like, it's, like, no reason it will from that range with no damage. And then somebody in this bush. If I still had the MPs, I would get out and throw them at that bush. Here, I'm gonna drive this way in hopes that that guy chases me and then the person in the bush shoots him and then we can third party it. There's 100% somebody in that bush, I promise. I heard him in there rustling the leaves. Doesn't seem like it's gonna happen though. But anyways, like I was trying to talk about, that guy just like shooting my car earlier that died, like the likelihood of it working out in his favor is very low. And oh my god, I just griefed. I was trying to get out way sooner than it would let me. It's like not likely to work out in his favor, and not very likely he gets third partied either, but decently likely. Like you're just exposing yourself for not much gain. I know it's obvious that I'm parked like next, like I parked the car next to a bush. It's pretty obvious that I'm camping in here to anyone, but that's like low-key fine to me. Like I'm just trying to like waste time and get to the point where the zone is smaller, honestly. With no sniper, I don't know, mid-range fights are hard. Like it's just unlikely I get an amount of damage on somebody with AR that I'm like happy pushing it and like thinking I can end the fight very quickly. When the zone gets smaller, a little more chaotic, I feel like the AR can shine then. Especially like playing against other snipers is very rough with no sniper yourself. Somebody over there is just shooting a suppressed sniper. That's a hired AI, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, it's actually somebody using Meowscles. I don't see him, though. I think he went back down into the green water. If he, like, ran across here, I would have beamed him, though. See if we can third-party this. If not, it's fine, but sounds like it ended fast. Yeah, somebody in that bush. I told you. There's the Meowscles. Oh, it was an AI Meowscles. I thought it was a real person when it had the dashes. So we get nothing out of that third party opportunity, but like I almost did. I was a little bit faster. They took a little bit longer to fight. That like when I get to that, if I get to that hill and they're still fighting there, like that's probably GG's for one of them. With not much risk on my part. Could have got third party by that Meowscles person, but I was like aware of it. I do not like this at all though. The zone feels very open, and like I talked about last game with Island being relevant, I don't want to be where Island is relevant, but also like there was a person there earlier. I feel like there's almost certainly somebody in this bush, so I'm just gonna run it over. There wasn't, we probably could have used it. I'm gonna get to the green water, so I have dashes. We see half and half goats here. It gets rough though, because I only have 2 bunkers, and like bunkering here is gonna be a spot where a lot of people are probably gonna rotate into, but also like I don't feel confident being here. Someone just bunkered there. Like I don't feel confident not having a bunker right now, but also I feel like if I use a bunker, I'm just gonna get hopped on later. Like I would like to somehow make it through this zone without using utility, and then just rotate into new and get like deep into the new and put a bunker. And we get sniped. GG's. I was just trying to mantle up that, but like just moving my character is so difficult. And that's what I was talking about. Like it's always like who the like knows situation. Where like if I just put a bunker there, we're more in like a defendable situation. But like I feel like also I grief my game if I do so. But I don't know. I feel like if moving the character in this game wasn't such a hassle, we maybe don't die there, but that's GG's.